Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And as you can see from the smile from my face, I'm so happy. Also, we've made it to Wembley. We've made it to a final. To say those words feels so incredible because it feels like the longest time since we've been to a final. Like 2020, we're now in 2026. It's crazy. We've not been to a final for such a long time, and really happy. Obviously, that goal right at the end had to be Havertz, of course, ex Chelsea player. It felt like it was written in the stars. Really happy. I can't stop smiling. It was a difficult game today. A game I probably expected it to be quite difficult. I don't think it was ever going to be an easy win from us. I know we were winning and did all the work. On the first leg, but I do feel like it was amazing to beat Chelsea today at home. But yeah, I'm going to go into the game tonight and talk about it. But I can't stop smiling. It feels so amazing to have won today, to go to Wembley, to go to a final. It's what we need as fans. We need to be in those positions as a club, get into them finals, and yeah, really happy. Really happy, I can't lie. So we will either play Newcastle or Man City. I think it probably would be Man City we will play. Obviously we'll have to see how it goes. I think the game might be tomorrow. Let me just check when Man City play. So Man City are currently winning on there like 2-0. So they'll probably win, but I think for us to get to a final it feels so amazing. I'm really happy. Um so yeah, like I said, big up to the chat. Obviously, I will be on here for quite a while today to talk about the game, give you guys my player ratings, all of that stuff. So make sure you guys are liking and subscribing if you do enjoy my content. Big up to Gunner3066. Wow, it was a hard watch, but happy it ended the goal. It being Havertz makes it sweeter. Yeah, I think if you want anyone to score, it would be Havertz or Madueke, two ex-Chelsea players. I was so happy in that moment when he scored. I thought of all people to score, it's gotta be you, and I was really happy for him. So I'm gonna go into the game, guys, talk about it, give you guys my general thoughts, player ratings, all of that. Now, obviously, going into this game, I didn't know what to expect. Would we park the bus? Would we attack a lot, get another goal, and then maybe sit back? But I just think it was a very as the goon said there, it was very hard to watch at times. I was like hiding behind my pillow because it was very stressful. It was difficult. You know, the first half, I thought it was quite a flat performance in that first half. I think Chelsea would go for it, which you got to expect from Chelsea. They're currently 3-2 behind, so they're gonna be up for it. They're gonna want to attack and get a goal early. So I feel like I don't mind our approach. You know, sit back a bit, defend a bit. We didn't actually have a lot of chances. I think we really struggled with creativity in that first half. I think it was quite a poor performance. I think in the attack we didn't do much. So I felt like the first half I wanted us to maybe improve a bit. I do want to say though to you guys, I thought Hincape was amazing today. I thought he really showed a lot of actually leader skills. I thought he was very passionate and you could really see that he was loving the competition, and I thought he was really good defensively today. So I want to give him a big shout out. He had a great chance that first half. We did have chances, like I'm not saying we didn't ever have chances, but that was a really good chance for us to take in that first half. So I thought he did really good in both halves actually, but that first half I thought he was really good. And obviously, Kepa made some crucial saves today. Enzo Fernandez made a really great shot. So I think Kepa was actually good today. I did see Kepa in the team, and I was thinking, should we play right? Because I think Kepa actually struggled on the first leg. But you know what? In hindsight, I think Kepa did good today, and I think Arteta did good resting. David Raya has played a lot of football, so in all, I think it was good to see, you know, a different players. And yeah, we obviously went with a strong lineup today. Obviously, as I played, I'm going to obviously go into individuals, but It was difficult, we didn't make it easy. I knew Chelsea would make it difficult for us today, but I'm just proud of the team for getting through this, defending for our lives. But yeah, it was difficult. That second half, it was so difficult to watch. It did feel like squeaky bum time. It was hard watching that because you don't really want it to go to extra time. We've got games coming up, we've got Sunderland. We don't really want it to go to that point. So I was really just hoping that we would get through this. I never thought we'd score at the end. That was obviously a big surprise. Um, Big up to Guna 3066. I was disappointed with Eze. I know he is a warm weather player, but was shown very little movement off the ball and didn't take the chance to set up. He did have a chance, didn't he? I mean, in the first half, we can't turn and say we didn't have chances. We have had chances in the game. We've just not been very good at taking them, and we didn't really have too many against the Chelsea side who did come out really strong. Yeah, I did want him to do a bit more. For being honest, like you said as well, he didn't really show up, did he? He was passing the ball forward, but again, he didn't really. His passing could have been a bit better, I thought. But yeah, so yeah, I was so surprised at the end when Havertz scored. I mean, that was a really great pass from Declan Rice, and I knew when Declan Rice passed to, I know there was Havertz and Martinelli. I'm glad Havertz, took it himself, but in that moment, I just believed Havertz was going to score. He went round the keeper, scored a fantastic goal, and yeah, it just feels so amazing to see the team celebrate like that. They needed that. I think as fans, we need this trophy. We've not won this trophy for such a long time, but you can really see that the players need this trophy as well. So really, really happy for him. Big up to Chris, thank you so much. Congratulations on reaching the final. Thank you so much. Game not quality, but who cares? The better team went through. Had to be, yeah. It was so funny it being Havertz. Like it was the play you probably want to score against Chelsea scored. So that felt so amazing to see him get that goal. But yeah, it does feel really good to get to a final. Obviously we'll have Man City probably in that final, which I think we'll just have to come to that hurdle when it happens. But yeah, I'm just so happy. Like we've not been to a final. I feel like we've been deprived of finals for such a long time. So this feels so amazing. And yeah, I'm going to obviously go into play ratings and stuff, guys, and hopefully you guys can join me. But if you guys have got any questions, any thoughts on the game, do drop them in. Please, guys, make sure you're smashing those likes and subscribe here if you do enjoy my content. The man they sold who won the Champions League, yeah. I'm so happy for Havertz because he's not someone that would always start, but he's a big player for us. And you're right. The game did lack quality. It was a very poor game. I thought it was just. I thought we were poor. I thought Chelsea were dominant, but in the final third, they didn't really do it properly. Like they weren't very risk taking today, Chelsea. They were good, they were dominant, but again, they just weren't very good in the final third. But I do think that is down to the fact we were really parking a bus, defending really well. But when they had the free kick at some point, it was a bit later in the game. I was getting quite nervous because I just didn't want it to go. I think if they scored, it went to extra time. I think they've probably got a chance to win. But it feels amazing to beat Chelsea, on both flags really. So really really happy, and obviously it does feel amazing. The fact we've beaten on two legs and we're into a final. So really really happy. Yeah, do you know what? That's the thing. The final, I'm gonna be awful. I'm gonna be hiding behind my couch. It'd be interesting to actually play Man City in the final because when we're playing Man City, it's always in the league. We have to beat them to win the league. So I would love us to get some revenge over the past few years and get the win. That would be amazing. And big up Panache, congratulations to us. So who would you like to face in the final at Newcastle? I don't know. Honestly, a great question. Big up to yourself. I don't know who I'd prefer, if I'm being honest. It's such a difficult one. I think both of them have pros and cons. I mean, Man City are probably going to be the harder team to beat because, again, they've got great players. Semenyo's doing amazing for them, and we know Haaland, he can just turn up in these big moments. And also, I think Man City, they're quite behind us, they'll want to take this time to win a trophy. Newcastle is a bogey team for us. Newcastle is that team for us where we just really struggle to beat them. So I actually feel quite torn on who I'd rather play. I think both teams will be quite difficult. Um, I think Newcastle have been quite poor, if I'm being honest. I think they have struggled this season. So maybe, like you said, maybe I'd edge towards them. I think Newcastle can still come back from this. I mean, Newcastle are only 2-0 down. You could literally you can turn that around. You know, it is possible. So I think Newcastle could definitely turn that around. But I probably expect Man City to be in the final. But yeah, like Chris said, we're going to be so nervous at final. But it is crazy. I mean, we haven't been to a final for 6 years. Like, it is unacceptable. Well, 5 to 6 years. We should have been in finals a lot sooner, but for me, it feels so amazing to be in a final. So, yeah, really, really excited for that game coming up. I think it's in March at some point. So it's nice to have another focus, isn't it? With the league, we know that we're in a good place, but I think it's also nice to have a different focus as well with this trophy, which we haven't won for a while. And yeah, I do want Arteta to win silverware. This team has worked really hard for it. So yeah, really excited for that. Let me go into player ratings now, guys. Obviously, I'm going to start off with the players from the back up to the top, and you're more than welcome to let me know what you guys think of the players, how they did today. I thought Kepa actually had a good performance today. I think that he made some really good saves. There was a save in that first half to deny Enzo Fernandez, and I thought it was actually a really good save from him. I was really impressed by his save, actually. I'm probably going to give him an 8 today. I thought he did really good. Don't get me wrong, I don't think they some of their shots were obviously way off target and just weren't great, but I do think that Kepa was obviously pretty good today. So I am going to give him a 7. I do think that he didn't have a lot to do. Because I think defensively we had it covered, but I think it was a decent performance for me for Kepa. I know he struggled on the first leg, but I thought he was amazing today. Now Hincape, I thought Hincape was absolutely amazing today. I'd probably give Hincape I'd probably say he was our stand-up player. I think he was so good. So yeah, I think he had the energy. I thought going forward he was good. I think defensively he had the passion, he had the energy, and I thought he did amazing. I'm going to give him an 8. I think he was really good. I thought today it was probably one of his best performance in an Arsenal shirt, and I think he should be really proud of how he did today. So I thought he was really good today. Let me go into defensive players other than Hincape. Saliba, I think it was a decent performance from Saliba. Probably give him a 7. I thought we defended quite well. Gabriel, obviously, I thought he was pretty good as well. I think he obviously showed what a leader he is in this team, and yeah, I think obviously he played some really good passes. Going forward, when he was under pressure, because there were times with Chelsea where they were on the attack a lot, and they did make it difficult for us, but I thought he was really good defensively and did what he had to do, dealt with all of the issues. Um, Timber, Timber got fouled quite a lot. I was actually loving the competition a bit with Kukurea there. I thought he did really good today as well. Probably didn't see him go forward as much, but it was a tough battle for him. And I thought Timber was pretty good today. I'm going to give him a 6. I think he's always great, Timber. I think he really does turn up, and he's a big player for Arsenal right now. So thought he was really good today. And yeah, I think he's just growing every game he gets, and I think he loves a bit of a battle there. But yeah, he got fouled quite a few times, I noticed. So I love how he goes forward and he isn't afraid to take players on. And yeah, I think he's great. He's one of my favourite players at the moment in this team. Now let me go into midfield. I think Super Mendy had more of a quiet game, if I am being honest with you guys. I would have liked to have seen him a bit more attacking wise going forward a little bit. Um, I think we could have. I think he could have moved the ball a bit quicker, if I'm being honest with you guys. But I wouldn't say he had a bad performance. I don't think he did much wrong at all. Um, I'm going to assume ending 6. Like, he wasn't bad at all. He had good moments, but I feel like he could have helped us a bit more by moving the ball forward a bit. But other than that, I do think he had a good performance. Declan Rice. Now, I actually thought Declan Rice had quite a quiet game. I've got to be honest, that bit at the end was really good, that pass to Havertz. I think he had to do that. I mean, I think if Martinelli was there, would Martinelli have passed? Would Martinelli have gone for himself? I think Declan Rice is very good at that, knowing when to pass, knowing when to shoot. But I think that was a big moment in the game at the end. I think he did struggle a bit. I won't lie to you. I'll probably give Declan Rice a 6.5. I think that pass definitely bumps the score up a bit. But yeah, I do think he could have been a bit better. But I think in that moment, I thought that was a big defining moment of winning the game. So yeah, I think it was quite a tough game because Chelsea at times when we were on the attack were quite a low block side, so I do think it was quite tough for us. But yeah, I think Declan Rice deserves credit for that bit at the end. I think that attack was so incredible for us. So was really, really impressed with that moment from him. Big up to chat, obviously. Big up to everyone that's watching. I'm doing my play ratings, those that just joined. So if you want to drop any comments, do that if you want to. But make sure you guys do like, subscribe, and yeah, join the chat if you want to drop in any questions. Havertz, I can't wait to come to him. I'm gonna speak about him in a minute. Paul Merson banging on about how he thinks Chelsea came into this game with the wrong attitude. He's saying Chelsea didn't give it a proper go. No, I don't agree with Paul Merson there. I think Chelsea that first half, Chelsea would have been very happy with their performance because they did frustrate us, and I think we really struggled. In that first half, I think Chelsea would have been happier than us in that first half. So I think Chelsea had a better half. I think Chelsea had the right game plan, but on both legs we were just better. I think that's what it goes down to, really. I think on both legs it's just the fact that we were the better team. Um, to be fair, Chelsea, Arsenal have proved this season they can be a hard nut to crack, but that one was on Chelsea. Yeah, I think today it could have gone either way. To be honest with you, I do think it was quite a difficult one. I do think it was a tough game, to be honest, but Chelsea did give us a difficult game. I know if you're neutral and you're watching this, you're probably thinking that was boring. It wasn't the most of exciting performances, and won't lie to you guys about that. But I do think that defensively we were pretty solid. We could have been better, to be honest with you. We could have had a bit more creativity. I was wanting to see a bit more of Eze, and maybe Martinelli could have not been as wasteful. I thought Madueke, well, I'm going to go on to these players in a minute, but I thought Madueke was quite good as well. So I think considering we had Odegaard and Saka out as well, we can't forget them too. We did pretty good to deal without them. But it wasn't an exciting performance. I'm not going to lie. It was boring. I was tired in that first half. It wasn't exciting, but we did all the work on the first leg and we got the goal at the end, so really happy. Big up to yourself, Stretford_N podcast. I'm a United fan and I've always loved Havertz. He's such a great player. Big up to yourself, and yeah, I love that. I think Havertz is probably an underrated player in our team at the moment. I mean, again, like I said, he probably won't be a starter sometimes, and that's obviously okay. But I do think he is such a crucial player, and he is going to be important for us this season. So, yeah, I really, really love Havertz. He's so, so good. Now, I'm going to go and talk about Eze now. So, Eze had a chance in that first half. I think it would have helped us if he finished that. I don't think he did anything that wowed me. He did a few crosses in the box that were good, but again, he didn't do enough for me to be like, you should be a starter in that position. I don't think we have an actual starter in the attacking midfield position. I think we're going to see a lot of rotation. I think we're going to see a lot of changes in that position this season. You've obviously got Havertz, you've got Odegaard, you've got Eze. So I don't know long term who will be a starter. I want Eze to perform better because we know how good he can be. I do also want to give him some credit, the fact he hasn't played for a while and he's adjusted into this team. But I do want him to play a bit better. I'll probably give him a 4 today. Like, he wasn't awful, but he didn't do enough for me to feel like excited by him. I think we know he can be better. but again, he did have chances. He did pass the ball forward a lot more quicker, which is what I like and is what we should be doing. So it wasn't bad at all performance from him, but I do want to see him go forward a bit more than what he did. Um, City be the perfect final for you, the opportunity to land a dent in their mindset. They're your closest challengers for the league. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, it's difficult to say. I mean, Panacci asked me before who would I prefer, Newcastle, Man City. I don't really know. I'd probably go Newcastle a little bit, but it would be great if we beat them in that final and we win the league. It would feel great. I do think we owe them a little bit of revenge because they have actually caused us problems over these past few seasons. So yeah, it would feel amazing to beat them. Not gonna lie, it would feel great revenge. So yeah, we'll have to see tomorrow who we end up getting. Let me go through now our attacking players. So we had Martinelli, Madueke, Gyökeres. Martinelli, that is a tough one, Martinelli, because he had chances. He had energy. I can't fault he had energy. He did try to get past players, but I just found him quite wasteful in that first half. And I was actually all for starting Martinelli, but I don't feel like he did enough for me today to think he should be starting on the left. We know how fast he is. I think it's good to have a player that does have a lot of pace, but I'll be honest, I felt underwhelmed by Martinelli. I wouldn't say he was awful. He was creating things, but I wanted to see him get past players, get in the box, shoot a bit more, those sort of things. So, probably Martinelli a 6 today. I just felt a bit underwhelmed by him, but I do think he brings the energy that you do need. Madueke started today, which was not a surprise for me because obviously Saka we know has been out injured and it is against his former team. So I wasn't surprised he started. I was quite happy he started actually. I think Madueke did some good things. He got past Chelsea players at times. He put some good crosses in the box. Yes, some of his crosses were a little bit too much, but I do think he tried today. I'm going to give him a 6.5/7. Don't think it was his best performance, but again, I feel like he was up for the challenge against Chelsea, and I thought it was a good game for him to come into. I know he got taken off, didn't he, a bit later on in the game, but I thought it was really interesting to see how he turned up for this game, and I would have loved him to score, but I think he would have been nice for him to maybe shoot a bit more. He did put some great crosses in the box, though. I do think he was great in that aspect. But yeah, that's the only part of the game that I would have liked to have seen a bit more from him to be a bit more direct with his shooting. But yeah, I think it was interesting to see how he came to play against Chelsea, his former team, because it's always interesting battle when you do play against your former team. Big up to Isaac, good to see you here. Being competitive cup ties will continue to give the players positive pressure to keep them informed. Definitely big up to yourself. I completely agree with that. Let's read this one. Martinelli Madueke need to be more efficient when they're close to goal. Yeah, they do. That's the thing, is that they'll do all the right things, and then when they get into the box, they completely mess it up. That's the thing that is quite frustrating, is that they're doing good things, but when they're in the final third, it just doesn't go well for them. Because I think with Martinelli, you can see with Martinelli, he does have a lot of energy, a lot of pace. Sometimes he does struggle to get past players, actually. I think he struggled a little bit with that today. Madueke is really great with his deliveries, with his crosses into the box. I can't fault him for that. I thought he was really good with that. But then when other things happen and he gets in the box, he could be a bit more ruthless. I do agree with you there. We could not seen you for a while. Good to see you here. Wembley, big up yourself. Big up to yourself. Yeah, it does feel amazing to get to Wembley. Listen, I think the thing is for me, like, I'm not gonna get carried away yet. I mean, I do think we do turn up in finals in more recent years. I know Baku wasn't the one we turned up to, but I think when we were under Wenger, we used to always turn up in those finals, and with Arteta, we turned up then. So I'm really hoping that we can turn up in this final. Like I said, I do think it's likely to beat Man City, but you never know. I got a Man City fan actually talking Man City. Man City fan in the building. Big up to yourself, Espo95. Good to see you here. You can celebrate, but only until final. See you in the Carabao Cup final. I love your confidence there. I think it would be good to play Man City actually, because I do think from these recent years it has hurt so much as fans to lose out with the league by a few points, and yeah, it is our own fault, but it would be nice to really get to that final and beat Man City. So hopefully we do. And I really would love to beat Man City. I think it would be great. And as someone said before, I do think it would be good to throw them off a bit, because I do feel a bit like if we did that, it might affect their mindset going forward with the league. So, yeah, I really do hope that we can get to play Man City. Big up to yourself. Good to see you, Kieran. Job done. We only had to make one save. We move on to the final now. Chelsea never hit us with a shot. One of our easiest wins, to be fair. We have beaten City in the last four on pen. Yeah, I do think. I do think the fact that we have Man City, I feel okay about that, to be honest with you. There's teams that I wouldn't want in a final, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have wanted Liverpool. Um, Weirdly, Chelsea in a final is a different type of game, but I think both teams will really want a trophy. I mean, for us, we need to win a trophy. But I think for Man City, they're not having the best season. Some of their players, like Haaland, aren't having the best season. So I think both clubs need a trophy for different reasons, but we desperately need one because there's no guarantee we're going to win the league. Obviously, we could win the league, but yeah, I'll be interested to see how we get on. I really hope that we approach the final in a good way. I mean, it would be good whoever we play to start off the game early and get a goal early. But yeah, with Man City, it's going to be a very nervy game. I think we're all going to be quite nervous watching that. Bring up to Des Gunner. I vote Hincapié in the final at Wembley. What an aggressive defender. Yeah, I love Hincapié. He was absolutely amazing today. He's obviously grown into this role playing. Obviously, we have seen quite a few changes at the back defensively, but I think he's done such an amazing job. I've been really loving watching him. So really hope we'll get the win. Man City is not Chelsea. You'll be Margaret Carabao Cup final by Man City. Well, do you know what? For me, it's different because when you're in a final, I do think you do have a different mindset. I do think you're different when you're in a final. I do feel like you've it's hard with the league because obviously week in week out it takes a lot out of you, and it's quite a long process. But now we're in a final, I do think the players are gonna be a lot better and are gonna turn up. I know today was not a good performance. I know we got a goal at the end. I mean, defensively, I think we were resilient. I think in other areas we weren't so great, but at the end of the day, we didn't. We just had to make sure we didn't concede, and we're quite good at defending for our lives when we need to. So yeah, really happy with that. Let me just go back. I want to finish off the player ratings, and then I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have for me. Let me just go back. So let me see what I've got left to do. I think I've got Havertz. Let me just go through this. Yeah, let me just check who else I need to give player ratings to. I know Havertz is definitely one of them. Trossard as well, I think is another one. Let me just go through this. Let me just read your comments. Speak up to Andy AFC37. Get in. Yeah, I'm buzzing to it. It feels, for me, I just feel so relieved we've done it. Like we're at final now. It's where we should be. Gyökeres, I've not finished about Gyökeres. After Gyökeres, I'll speak about Havertz, Trossard. I think that's pretty much it. We didn't actually make many changes, did we? Gyökeres, again, our first half was a very flat performance. In that first half, it was not really a game Gyökeres really succeeded in, because I don't think he had a lot of chances. I don't think Gyökeres had too many chances today. He did make some good runs at time and found himself in good positions, but I don't think it was a great performance from him. I don't think he had a lot to do. I don't think we were creative enough, to be honest with you. I think his touches at times were a little bit heavy. I've noticed that today. I know that has been something that we have noticed a lot this season. People have noticed it. I've only noticed it now, really. But I think his touches could be a little bit lighter, which is something he definitely can work on. But yeah, I'll give him a 5. I don't think he was awful. I think it was a game where we lacked creativity. We weren't very direct, and that's what's going to happen. He's going to struggle if we're not going to play balls to him and put crosses into him, because I think Chelsea were quite defensive and hard to break down at times. So not really surprised that we struggled in that aspect of the game. So Yokos gets a 5. Havertz came on in the 69th minute. I was actually thinking to myself with these changes that I wanted them a bit sooner, but I think it all worked out in the end for us, didn't it, with the timing in which they came on. But I think for me, I think he was really good. I mean, that goal he scored at the end, it was an amazing finish. I was actually thinking to myself, I don't know about you guys, but I was curious, was he going to pass that to Martinelli? I'm glad he took that for himself, because I think that was the perfect position for him to be in, and I was actually worried if Martinelli was offside, but I do think that was a great position for him to be in, and he was clinical. I'm going to give him an 8. I think he came on and he had this energy about him, and obviously if you want anyone to score the winner there, you want it to be Havertz, and obviously a great goal. I mean, it was amazing to enjoy that. I was so happy for Havertz. Really good pass from Declan Rice though. I think Declan Rice was not selfish, and I mean, you could go for it yourself, but I think it's better to pass in that position, which he obviously did, and I was really, really happy he did that. So yeah, really happy with the win, with the performance. Trossard, let me give Trossard a rating. So I don't actually remember what minute Trossard came in. I'm trying to see if I can find out now. Obviously Trossard did come in, didn't he? Later on, I think it might have been when Havertz came on, or a bit later. Let me just see if I can find out for you guys. Um, I don't remember when he came on, but he did come on. I think Trossard definitely was the right player to come on. I think he definitely improved the side. He brought the energy. He was getting past players and getting in really good positions. And I thought he had a really good performance when he came on. I think lately he hasn't been as good. I think it would be nice for him to maybe score more, shoot more, but he was getting past players. What I noticed about his performance the most is that he was getting in really good positions. So I feel like for me, it's definitely a performance that I'm really happy with Trossard. I'm going to give him a 6. I think I wanted to see a bit more of him. So yeah, really happy with Trossard. How he performed, I thought was really good. I think that was pretty much the substitutions. We didn't actually make a lot of substitutions. Not surprised that we didn't, because I feel like we do have a game coming up, and Arteta is probably looking at the league as well, and having one eye on the league as well as this trophy. And obviously these players we have on are more than capable of getting the job done. So I do get why he didn't want to make too many changes. I know Chelsea made a lot of changes in the game, so I wasn't surprised with the changes being made, but really happy with the win. Teta, for me, I thought he did really good today. I would have liked some changes earlier on, but I'm going to give Arteta an 8. I can't fault him. He did good, and we are through to a final, and we've not been to a final for such a long time. We desperately needed this final. Obviously, we should celebrate this moment, but then when we're at the final, that's gonna be another hurdle we face against Man City or Newcastle. I'll be watching that game tomorrow. Interested to see how that's gonna pan out, but I probably expect Man City to win it. Man City are currently winning. Obviously Man City are gonna be at home. That's on at 8 o'clock, I think. So yeah. Do you drop any questions you guys have for me? As I've pretty much finished the play ratings. Big up to AFC Gunner, smash the likes and subscribe. Thank you for your support. And obviously, guys, if you're watching, do make sure you're doing that. Big up to Kieran. Win vs Sunderland on Saturday will be massive as Man City away to Liverpool. I actually saw this earlier today, but completely forgot Man City are playing Liverpool. That really is a great opportunity again for us to beat Sunderland at home, which I think it being at home puts us in a much better position. I think we struggled away at Sunderland, so the fact we're at home will be great. I hope the fans will be right behind the team. Liverpool are actually have been doing a lot better recently and nearly beat Newcastle 4-1, and obviously some of their players are doing better in their form. So yeah, I do really hope that we can beat Sunderland and see what Man City can do. If Man City drop points, that would obviously be amazing. But yeah, we're gonna have to see how that game goes. But yeah, Sunderland's gonna be a difficult one. They're doing really good in the league, and that's gonna be another test. But today we did great. We're going to Wembley, and I think we can all say we're really happy with that win, that performance. I'm really happy with Havertz. I do feel really happy for him because he's obviously been a player that has suffered quite a few injuries. I think as well with Marino having this injury, I think Marino probably would have came on today, obviously off the bench. But I think it's good to have different attacking options because we know Gyökeres is good at times. We obviously know Jesus and Gyökeres and Havertz are also different, which I think makes it so special. So yeah, Havertz came on, brought the energy that we needed, got the goal, which we absolutely deserved in the end. I think we were ruthless. I think in this game today we didn't have a lot of chances, but the chances that we had we took, and I think that's amazing to see. So love how ruthless we are. When we had that chance. I think Kepa didn't have a lot of saves to make today. Had maybe one or two, but I think it's a performance to be proud of in the defensive side. I think if you watch this as neutral, it was quite a boring game, but really happy with the win. If you guys have got any questions for me, do drop them in as I'm probably wrapping up in about 10 minutes time. So drop in any questions. Yeah, you have for me as well. And I hope you guys obviously have enjoyed my video today. Obviously we've got Sunderland coming up, which will be a very interesting game. I think that's on Saturday, as someone said. So yeah, Sunderland on Saturday. Obviously we've got a bit of a rest till then. But it does feel great to. I think this team will feel quite confident and have a bit of confidence about them now, knowing that we are going to Wembley. I think a lot of these players will want to stay to win trophies now, but it does feel like such a long time since we've won silverware. I mean, look at the team we had in 2020 to the team we have now. It's a completely different team. We have such a better team now, so it's crazy we've not really been to a final since then. Obviously last year we lost out to Newcastle, but I do feel that this team has worked really hard to get some silverware hopefully this season. So yeah, I feel like it is deserved, and hopefully we will win that final. It would be tough if we didn't win that final, but I do think we are in a good position to win some silverware. So hopefully we will, guys. Fingers crossed we'll win that final. But yeah, the atmosphere now does feel great online. It does feel great, and yeah, Wembley. We've not been there for a while, so really excited. It's crazy to think it was like a lockdown time when we were last at Wembley. So really interested to see how we are going to get on. We got to AFC Gunner says player of the match today. You know what? I think Hincapié really impressed me today. I think that was his best performance. I think he did such a great job. I felt like someone said before, he was very aggressive, and that's a side we've probably not seen too much of yet. I think he felt to me like he was up to the game today, and I really loved that about him. And he did really good. He was up for the fight today. I thought it was a very impressive performance from him. Hincapié, I'd probably go with him. I thought obviously Havertz came on and was amazing, but I think defensively we did the job we needed to do, and we put in such a great shift. Not many other players will probably get a play of the match because I don't think it was a great performance from us today. I think we were poor. I'm not going to deny that we weren't great today at all. But really happy with Hincapié today. Gabriel again, I thought he was good, showed leadership as well. Yeah, Hincapié will be my player of the match. Let me know, guys, who your player of the match is as well. I'd love to hear that as well. But yeah, it feels great to be going to Wembley. We'll find out tomorrow evening who will be playing Man City or Newcastle. So that'll be really interesting. So really, really excited to see who we're going to be up against. But yeah, obviously we've got obviously this cup. We've obviously got the league now, and the FA Cup we're still in. So we're doing good in a lot of competitions. The Champions League, we're top. The Premier League, we're top. Obviously we're in a final. So yeah, it does feel very exciting now. And I think the fans. I think as fans, we absolutely deserve this and need to be at these finals because it has been far too long since we've been there, so really, really happy about that. But yeah, guys, I'm going to end this in a couple of minutes. But if you guys do want to ask me anything, do drop them in. And yeah, hope you guys obviously enjoy my show today. Big up to Kieran. We passed our way out of trouble the whole match, which was very impressive to see. It was easy win tonight because of it. We do have the best defence in the world, to be fair. Yeah, I think it was difficult. There were times where I was literally hiding behind cushion. I was nervous. It was quite an anxious time when Chelsea were on the attack, because you do think to yourself, you don't want to, ruin this. We on the first leg, I do think we should have maybe scored another one, but we did enough today to get over the line. But I think like you said, defensively we had a lot of it covered. So I feel like defensively we were really good, and we had it all sorted. But I think it was difficult really because we didn't really have a lot of domination or possession in the game. Because usually, if you have good spells, we hadn't had a lot of chances, did we? So it was quite a tough one. But yeah, I think defensively we definitely put in a really good performance, a really good fight. I think that's what you want to see from the team, that sort of fighting spirit. What I loved as well in moments, because I think as you could see when it was past the 70th minute, going on a bit, I felt like you could see the players were starting to fight for the ball a bit more. The game became a bit feisty and a bit more passion in it, which I love about a London derby. So you could really see the players really wanted that final. Like I said, it wasn't a great performance. It was quite a dull game, but I think in the end, I think our resilience defensively, how we played, definitely helped us. So yeah, really happy with the defensive side of it. Um, I mean, I think as well, because we were winning on the first leg, I didn't have a massive issue if we were going to sit back, because I knew we probably had it in the bag. But again, with Chelsea, they do have players that can cause you problems. I mean, this leg to the first leg is so different, because on the first leg it was a very chaotic game. We made mistakes. They scored 2 goals. We scored 3. We could have scored more. They could have scored more. This game was a much more calmer sort of performance, from us. They definitely wanted to get to that final, but I think we showed we needed it more than them. I don't think they did enough really. I don't think Kepa made too many saves. I think he made some good saves in the first half, and some important saves when he needed to. But I think because of how good we are defensively, he didn't need to do too much. I've got, yeah, so really impressive Hincapié, especially today, my play of the match. I think defensively we were great today. I thought we really were. And obviously that pass at the end from Declan Rice just sealed it off and felt amazing. Big up to David Mark, says, "Come on, you Gunners!" Yes, come on, you Gunners! It does feel so amazing, doesn't it, to be in the final now? So I will be back soon, guys, and hopefully we'll find out who we do get in the final. But it does seem as though we're probably gonna get Man City in the final. But we'll have to see, obviously, who we are gonna get, because you never know. Football can change. It could be Newcastle, but I think Newcastle are struggling in their attack and being clinical. So I probably expect us to get Man City. But yeah, obviously, thank you for everyone that has watched my show today. I know I don't always go live and my match reactions, but I wanted to chat with all of you guys, and I appreciate anyone that has joined my show today. I'm going to round the show up in a couple of minutes, so drop in anything you want to ask me before I go. But yeah, really happy we got to the final. I hope you guys have enjoyed my show today. Feels amazing to be in the final. It wasn't an easy game today, but we've made it, and I think as fans we need this final so bad. So really happy, we're here in the final. But yeah, like I said, we'll find out tomorrow who we get, and I will be back very soon. I'll be doing a lot of content throughout the week, so you can check me out on my channel when I'm live. I'll do pre-recorded stuff as well. But thank you all for watching my show today. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and hope you guys are all absolutely buzzing and happy with this. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Do make sure you guys are liking this video. Make sure as well you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in my next video.